I got replaced by Finding Nemo. It's the Musicology Tour. Prince is basically having like the best success. He just got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and Prince is doing nights in Philly. And like, I'm really excited because I'm also on a blind date. Well, I mean, it's not a blind date per se. You know, she and I had met a year back before at a New Year's Eve party. And I also organized a group of 10 to come to Philadelphia, and I'm going all out for this date. I rented a limousine. You know, because it was like Philly, I had to settle for a fuchsia pink Hummer, like with a hot tub in the back. That's all I could get to accommodate me at the very last minute for all these people. We went to this like real swanky dinner spot around 6:30. We took that pink army tank down to the Wachovia Center to see the show. I took the tickets out of my pocket one by one, and then slowly it hit. I had 10 tickets and 10 friends. Now I'm super panicking. The thought cloud is just like going crazy. You know, like the Roots had some notoriety in Philadelphia, but not enough where I could just get the Goodfellas walk-in treatment. And I kind of live a thin life between, dude, you really changed my life, and another guy will be like, I never heard of you. So go to the back of the line. So I'm like walking real slow and making up excuses. Hang on, guys. Let me make a phone call. You know, I'm like panicking, texting, and suddenly I got a text back from Prince's assistant, and I asked her to meet me at the dock backstage. She was like, you know, the show is sold to the hilt, even the nosebleed. Now I have to sort of muster up the confidence for his assistant to let me in for free. When all of a sudden, like speeding 40 miles per hour around the stadium hallway bend, it's like Prince on a golf cart. Like he's whipping this cart like it's golfing furious. I said, look, I purchased 10 tickets, and somehow I forgot to include myself in the 10 people. And it seemed like an honest mistake, so he greenlit my entry. Now the only problem is there are no seats, so they were literally going to let me sit on stage. I mean, it's weird to be on my first date and she's like in the crowd somewhere watching the show, but I'm sitting like under the stage. And I get a text from his assistant, Prince wants you to throw him a party. And I texted back, it's like 8 p.m. How am I supposed to make this go down? I was DJing regularly in Philly, and I called my business partner, Stacy, to see if she could make some calls to find a club that would host Prince. And then I got another text. He wants to play pool and control the door. I don't remember what mountain Stacy had to turn over, but she came through at the last minute and found a spot for Prince to come afterwards. Only problem was finding a pool table and then carry up 4 flights of stairs to the VIP part of the club. He just commands and what he wishes and clap, clap, and then it's like he knows you know it's an honor to work for him. Anyway, I had to run home and grab my record crates and run them to the club. So knowing how derivative Prince was to James Brown, I just knew he was going to flip over Fela Kuti's music. I was honored to be spinning some records for my idol. So with Prince, like he really wasn't paying attention because he was like pool sharking with deep concentration. He played like his entire horn section and his guitars before he got bored. Next thing I know, he walked over to my booth and he was like, play something else. And I was flabbergasted because to that point, nobody fronted on Fela. So I just thought it was the song he didn't like. So then I was like, well, let me put on a more energetic Fela song. So I played Shakara, like a faster song. And I saw no change in his demeanor. Right before I pulled the George Clinton out, his assistant comes over and hands me a blank DVD case and says, play this. So when I opened the case, I was really taken aback. Finding Nemo. Okay, well, maybe they mean like background. So I put on the DVD and then she comes back again. You can cut the music off. I didn't want to be around for the transition of music to cartoon, so I was with DJ Mike Nice, and I kind of set him up with the honors. I was just like, wait, did I just get fired and replaced by a cartoon fish? Yeah, I did. Cut to 3 years later in Los Angeles. My blind date is now my girlfriend of 3 years, and she and I go to Prince's house. I walk into the living room, and he has a DJ there, and the DJ is playing Fela, and nothing happens. No cartoon comes on. Everyone's having fun. Everybody's dancing.